Welcome to the jungle, bitches. Welcome to IBL week number 7, where we have Falcon versus Danke. This is a very important match in terms of playoff potential in the IBL Alolan League. If Falcon wins by quite a large amount, he can still make playoffs. If Danke wins by a moderate amount, let's say 3-0, and then Eric only wins like 1-0 or something against Vivid, then Dan can still get in the playoffs. So it's a very important match in terms of that sort of potential. So we decided to feature it on Game of the Week, because it was either this or Eric versus Vivid, and you've already seen Eric last week, so that, it's kind of not fair to feature him 2 weeks in a row, is it? So we've got Falcon versus Dan. Falcon has his, the fat ass team, as it's called, affectionately in the IBL, because on the bench he's also had Blissey as well. I can't remember his other man. It'll come to me eventually, but I can't remember it. He has Gramble, Magmortar, Celesteela, Toxapex, Palossand, and Alakazam as his mons he's bringing, and Danke has Kamala, Goodra, Comfey, Lucario, Necrozma, and Mimikyu. So interesting matchup, but I'm just going to click the old play button right away and start commentating this for all you lovely people. Oh, by the way, it's Rogue again. Hi, I forgot to introduce myself. Kind of awkward. Well, let's go for this now, shall we? Yes, we see the leads here are Granbull in those dive balls, and of course Kamala also in a dive ball. So dive balls everywhere. What's going on there, eh? But anyway, we see the Intimidate go off, of course, and what we'll see here in the first turn is Dan is going to click Protect, and there is Falcon going to click that Play Rough. Now Dan here decides he's going to go for the U-turn after this, just to get out of here and take the play off with something else. That something else, you will see in a moment, is going to be, of course, the boy, Tyrone. Otherwise known as Comfey. Also in dive balls. What's going on? No, we see the play off coming, and that's going to do a ton of damage. Which is kind of crazy. But Tyrone is here. Tyrone's going to try and, just be relevant with a Draining Kiss. Gets priority on that, so it's not surprising. And we see that did quite a bit of damage, a respectable amount there. As Falcon goes for another play rough, and Tyrone is not eating it, but he's done some damage and such. And now Tyrone apparently he's going to stay in, and in comes Cinderblock for Celesteela. As we see Dan went for a Toxic here, just trying to get some Toxic off on this thing. And now Dan just decides, I know, he makes kind of a ballsy play here when you see a big massive Celesteela in front of you. He taunts it, which is actually a good play, because this Celesteela is in fact a setup one with Automize. So balls, it kind of paid off there for Dan. And now he's not going to stay in. He's not going to take a heavy slam from this thing. So he decides to switch into Amnifist, which is his Goodra, which is an interesting play. As a heavy slam goes off, and it will do massive damage, because this is an offensive variant. So I'm not sure what was going through Dan's head here, because now he sacks off Goodra to Celesteela. But I'm sure he had very good reasons. And the Beast Boost goes off, and now we have a Cinderblock here with a massive amount of attack, and the taunt is wore off, so Yato has to come in. And Yato is going to click Close Combat. Close Combat will do quite a lot to this Celesteela because it's not defensive, it is offensive. So we're going to see, of course he is the Focus Sash variant, so he's not going to fear this Earthquake. Just going to spoil that for you right now, because why not? And you see, yep, Focus Sash comes through, and Celesteela does not want to stay in and take another Close Combat, seeing how much damage the last one did. So Falcon does switch out and switches out into Toxic Waltz, which is going to take this Close Combat just fine. And Toxapex does what Toxapex does, sits there, eats a hit, and yeah, that's what happened there. And now Lucario can't really stay in, really, unfortunately, as it can't really do anything to Toxapex. especially with 1 HP. But here comes E-Hero Prisma, the Necrozma. However, we see a skull being fired off. But of course, that does a lot less than 25%. Why do I say 25% as a relevant thing? Well, this Hero Prisma has a sub, and Falcon's gonna go for a Toxic. And once again, we see in the IBL only a sub just coming up, blocking a Toxic. So, Toxic Waltz here, not going to be able to break that sub, just not going to be able to, that's the weakness of Toxic X, it's passive as hell. So, we see Mustache coming as Dan goes for a Sword Stance. So we're seeing a physical Necrozma this week, which is interesting. As we get +2 attack here, and of course this sub is going to get broken by a Shadow Ball by Mustache. Pretty obvious that was going to happen really. But we see how much damage this Psycho Cut's going to do, which is it's going to do a good amount to this Alakazam, which I assumed was Sash anyway. I'm not entirely sure on that, but that's what my assumption is. I should know because I created this team. But yes, Buffington's going to come in and be immune to the Shadow Ball, and now Dan has a choice of either U-turning or Sucker Punching. He chooses Sucker Punch. He doesn't want to give Falcon that switch initiative, which would have been, you know, kind of handy for him, because he would be able to U-turn out and then have anything come in. But now Kamala's here, gonna get intimidated. Scary Gramble is here, and Dan's gonna scout again. Pretty interesting Wish Protect set we've got with Kamala this week, because it allows Dan to do some scouting on sets. As we've seen, this thing has only gone for Play Rough so far. So he does go for Wish here, as Falcon again goes for Play Rough. So takes a lot of damage from that Play Rough. Buffington does a lot of damage. And now, of course, he's going to be able to freely Wish Pass here, as he can just U-turn out because he outspeeds the Gramble and just go into something to eat a hit and take the Wish, which is kind of handy to have, which is why I like Wish a lot. I like Wish Pass. But of course, Prisma comes in. He's going to take this Play Rough pretty handily, and will, of course, take a nice Wish to heal up. And now we'll see what happens with the Scramble. We see the Psycho Cut come through, fighting the Necrozma, and it's not going to do much as the Crunch comes out. So Falcon switches up his moves and just barely misses out on the KO as he gets a crit. And a defense drop just to, you know, add insult to injury. But Psycho Cut comes through again and will take out the Gramble, which, you know, it got a crit and it did its thing. What's not to love? And now we have Necrozma versus Celesteela, and Dan's not going to stay in, and basically Falcon can get up and autonomize. But of course we have our friend Mimikyu in the field again, and now Celesteela has to go through this Mimikyu's stuff, which is Disguise. Heavy Slam will destroy the Disguise right now, as Annabelle goes pluck. There we go. And we see the substitute. So behind the sub, and we're protected from the Heavy Slam for another turn. We see Annabelle be able to take the Z move, which is quite funny. Seeing the Z move be wasted on a substitute is always nice to see. I always like to see that sort of thing, because it just shows you how you can prepare for Z moves. I don't think Dan necessarily expected the Z move here. I think it was just... I'm not even sure why Falcon went for a Z move. I'm pretty sure the Heavy Slam would have done the business, to be honest. But he decided to go for the Z move anyway. But, you know, a flash. And now we see Curse, which is another cool choice by Dan this week. And that will cut the HP, but it'll also, you know, put this Cinder Block just next turn dead, regardless. And Heavy Slam will come through this time and will destroy Mimikyu's soul. Not surprising, Mimikyu goes down. So we see the Beast Boost go off, but it's not going to matter too much, in all honesty, because the curse is there. So yeah, definitely seeing the ghost curse is really interesting. I like to see that sort of thing. I like to see a bit of creativity for our players. So Huffington comes out again, and the struggle is here. And now we get to see Falcon's set of the week, which I believe Dan has seen before in another match he played. So we're gonna have some fun here. We see Iron Defense, and yeah, it's this set. So see the leftovers come off, and we see Huffington just like. At this point, I'm pretty sure Dan was like, oh no. Because he knows what's going to happen. And Airfowl comes through. Going to get protected though, with Huffington, and take the wish. We're going to have a few turns now where a few interesting things will happen, but not anything particularly amazing. Because we see the wish coming through again for Dan. As he's going to have to try and, you know, work around this iron defense, clearly defensive sandcastle. He's going to have to lay siege to this castle somehow, and it's not going to go particularly well. The U turns out. That does nothing. So in comes Tyrone. And here comes the Earth Power. So really Dan had to try to get Tyrone in, I guess, and hopefully try and toxic this thing or something. I don't know. I don't think that may have been the best sack, but I think that was the sack he had to make at the time. I don't think Compy was going to do much this battle other than maybe toxicing this thing. So, but the weakness policy goes off. So yeah, that's the thing. And Airfire comes on, and down goes Lucario. So yeah, this angle of the castle was definitely a good bring by Falcon. I mean, disgusting, but a good bring. And we see Huffington come through again. He's a sleepy koala, and he ain't gonna be able to do much. He goes for the wish. Dan does again. As we see the iron defense go up, so I don't know, maybe Falcon's just guarding against crits now. Really fearing that crit sucker punch from a Kamala, I guess, is what he's thinking here. Or just, you know, ensuring a win, I guess is the best way to put it. But there comes the sucker punch, as we'll see, does 0, because it's now got so much iron defense up. But there comes air power. Huffington takes that reasonably well, but the special defense drop comes through, which is not what Dan needs right now. As we continue playing out this match. Leftovers goes off, and yeah, wish goes off again, and we're gonna have this for a while now. I'll say while, we've got a few more turns of this. A shore up, and now Dan pretty much knows he can't win at this point. Once he sees shore up and the HP is all restored and everything, it's kind of game over here. So I'm just going to go wrap this up and continue talking while you watch this. Basically, what you're going to see here, there's going to be no crits. There's going to be no save souls for Dan here. And Falcon is going to win. But I can reveal now, it's not good enough for him. Eric has won his other match and will go on to the conference final where he'll face Chime. So the loss early on in the season for Falcon really cost him, and yeah, that's basically it. What's cost Falcon in the end was, and that's a nasty hit by this thing now. But anyway, yes, so we have Chime and Eric in the finals of the Moon Conference, while in the Sun Conference we have not myself. I lost after losing to Caleb and Tone. I am out of playoffs. You will be seeing T-Bones versus Tone in the other conference, which I'll hopefully be bringing you both playoff matches. Probably myself will be doing them both, as honestly, it just feels like that's the way to get them out there and get them out there quickly. Because I have the capture card and the recording equipment and the will to do it. So yeah, I'll be getting both the playoff matches up, possibly on next week. In fact, definitely next week. But like I said, maybe we'll just see what happens. Depends when they get done. Depends what happens with things. And the crossbar goes down, and we see the win finally confirmed for Falcon. So yeah, interesting match. Good bring by Falcon to bring the Pylos. Also Pylos, why? Palo Sand set. As he, you know, he's done more interesting things lately. He didn't do particularly well in season. Well, he did a few things well in season 2 of the IBL, but he's done well to get as far as he has. And congratulations, Falcon, for coming this far. He did come the closest to playoffs without actually getting into playoffs. Is how I'm going to face it, because you missed out on differential. Dan also had a pretty good season. Obviously, he's going to bounce back in season. This is just the off season, and no one's taking it particularly seriously. I don't think. So it's just a thing we did for fun. So we're expect to see both these coaches back for season 3, where they will be playing, trying their hardest to win the title. But anyway, I've been Rogue. This has been Game of the Week. I shall see you for the playoff matches.